Okay, how do we sound? Okay, how do we sound? All right, we sound pretty good. All right. So, what is going on, everyone? DeAndre here, and welcome to another what's it called? Welcome to another AnimeLocke. This time we are doing Pokemon Platinum because we're definitely not doing Pokemon BDSP. So, yeah, AnimeLocke journey continues, and in part one, we're basically just going to be heading into the Sinnoh region to kick off the next chapter of this long-running challenge. So yeah, new region, new team, new battles, whole new set of obstacles are, waiting for us to, start our platinum journey from, the very beginning. So if you've been following the AnimeLocke series so far, welcome back for the next big arc. And if you're just jumping in now, this is a perfect place to start. So, let's see. So if you guys are asking what exactly is like the Pokemon AnimeLocke, well, I'm glad you ask. So the AnimeLocke is basically just like a little series, or not like a series, like a little Let's Play challenge that I came up with because, yeah, like a little, it's like a little, I'm like at a loss for words. Like, I had a long day yesterday, but, the AnimeLocke is essentially a challenge that's supposed to emulate the Pokemon anime to, a certain extent, it's supposed to basically imitate how like the characters in the show had a harder time than we the players. So going over the rules real quick. Okay, for some reason it didn't let me click on that. So we can only use Pokeballs for our captures. Apricorn balls are allowed, but all other balls are banned. No legendary Pokemon are allowed, but event mythical Pokemon, those can be used temporarily, but you should box them before the league. No items in battle. This one's another self-explanatory rule, but held items, of course, are allowed. For evolutions, level up evolutions may only occur during major story battles. Friendship evolutions are allowed pretty much immediately. Move-based evolutions are allowed when the move is learned. Evolution items must be found or gifted. They cannot be purchased. And yeah, gym battles, you can only use the same number of Pokemon as the opponent. For the next rule, you must be a kind trainer. Basically, this basically means no sack switching, no catching Pokemon, just for in-game trades, and only catch Pokemon that you actually plan on using. And lastly, story required gift Pokemon are mandatory. But optional gift Pokemon are your choice. So basically, if it doesn't give you the option of yes or no, then you have to use that Pokemon on your team. But this one is skippable, so you don't have to go by this rule. But yeah. So you can have the Pokemon. A good balance is to have like the gift Pokemon on your team for a little bit, and if there's another member that you actually really want to like put on your team, then at some point you can, box that Pokemon and replace it or whatever. But yeah, this one is a really optional one if you want to include it or not. So yeah, let's get right into the stream, or in the game, I guess, because we're already streaming. All right. What's going on, Overrated? What's going on, Zwei? What's going on, Ghost? What's going on, Luke? Hope everyone's doing well. I'm loud. What's going on, Overrated? What's going on, Zwei? Hold on, let me take my headphones off so I can hear it. I don't think I'm that loud. Are we doing a crappy emulator? Well, Azahar is like the only good emulator for the 3DS in my defense. And for DS games, the only way to stream DS games is to either emulate them or you have to get a capture card for your 3DS, and I'm not exactly in the budget to do that, so, and I don't trust people. People are not trustworthy. So yeah. We're doing an emulator, but since DS games take less resources than 3DS games, obviously, haven't really had much problems, because we did Heart Gold and Soul Silver on an emulator too. This is the very same emulator. When did the setup change? It didn't. This is the same setup that I use. I mean, I tweaked it up a little bit, but this is the same setup I used for, what's it called? For Heart Gold and Soul Silver. You skipped Oras because it was so choppy. Dude, it like lagged for a couple seconds. It was not that bad. It was not that bad. Also, I need to go ahead and remove my cursor. I'm gaslighting you. I'm really not. Like, I'm really not. It was always, my setup has been like this since, my setup has been like this color palette and stuff like that since Legend ZA. How do I remove the capture? Like the capture cursor. Alright, here we go. And we can go ahead and minimize this. Omega Ruby would have been worse. Yeah. Omega Ruby would have been worse because apparently Alpha Sapphire runs a lot better than Omega Ruby for some odd reason, even though they should be using the same engine. I guess Azahar just doesn't like Groudon, I guess. You haven't been here in a hot minute. That sounds kind of like your fault. I think that just sounds like a you problem, man. Because nothing really changed here. Nothing really changed here. All right.
Hello there. It's so very nice to meet you. Welcome to the world of Pokémon. My name is Rowan. However, everyone just calls me the Pokémon Professor. Before I go any further, is this your first adventure?
It's not, but I'm the champion of 3 regions, but sure. Go ahead and give me advice, I guess.
If you need advice, I'm certainly capable of giving it.
No.
This world is widely inhabited by creatures known as Pokémon. Here, I have a Pokéball. Touch the button on the middle of the Pokéball, if you'd please.
Okay. Oh, right. In Diamond and Pearl, it's a Munchlax, but in Platinum, it's a Baneri.
We humans live alongside Pokémon as friends. At times, we play together, and at other times, we work together. So some people use their Pokémon to battle and develop closer bonds with them. What do? I conduct research so that we may learn more about Pokémon. Now, why don't you tell me a little about yourself? Are you a boy?
Why did he sound like extra constipated there?
Are you a boy, or are you a girl?
Okay, obviously.
Alright, so you're a boy. Tell me, what is your name?
I think this is the one game where like all of the names are capitalized or something like that. Or I think it's like the human character. I think it's similar to Heart Gold and Soul Silver where the human characters are like they're lowercase for the most part, but the Pokemon names are all caps, I believe. I think that's what I think that's how it works in the DS games. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Your name is Didi?
Indeed. Can't stay but enjoy. Hey, appreciate you stopping by though, Andre. One of these days you'll be able to stick around for the whole thing. Pokemon Platinum, but the professor is on the verge of taking a shit 24/7.
Okay, so you're Didi. A fine name that is.
Why, thank you.
Now, this boy here, I believe he's your friend. What might his name be?
Okay, I'm just gonna go with the canon name. His name's gonna be Barry.
Barry, is it? That's your friend's name?
Yep. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, Professor Rowan got that. He got that suit on, bro. He got that fit on, bro.
Alright. Didi, the time has come. Your very own tale of grand adventure is about to unfold. On your journey, you will meet countless Pokemon and people. I'm sure that along the way... Wait, let me start that over. I kind of paused in between that. I'm sure that along the way, you will discover many things. Perhaps even something about yourself. Now go on. Leap into the world of Pokemon.
Pokemon was the first game that you properly owned if you don't include hand-me-downs from siblings, so Gen 4 is really nostalgic for you. Pokemon Diamond and Pearl were my first games too, but I never beat them because I was a dumb kid back then and I didn't understand anything about saving video games for whatever reason. So Heart Gold and Soul Silver was definitely... Like, Heart Gold and Soul Silver, I always consider my first games because those are the first games I officially beat. But technically, Diamond and Pearl was where things really started off.
We have become chibi.
Pokemon are by our side always. I hope you will understand the meaning of those words. That was the comment left by Professor Rowan, who has returned to Sinnoh from the Kanto region. Never. The only Sinnoh games I beat was Brilliant Diamond and Legends Arceus, but I never beat the original Diamond and Pearl or Platinum. So I don't really have... The only nostalgia I have from that is the Sinnoh anime, which is peak, by the way. That concludes our special program. Let's ask Professor Rowan. Finally, beating your first game. I guess for the most part, sure. Brought to you by Jubilife TV on Nationwide Net. Nationwide is on your side. See you next week. Oh. I didn't get to read that. It just like automatically cut off for whatever reason. Why did he scare me? There you are! Yeah, I really don't like Barry. He is a very annoying rival. Hey, Didi! Did you just see the TV? Sure you did! Professor... Oh, I really need to change the text speed here. Why is the text speed so slow? Professor Rowan's that really important guy who studies Pokemon, right? That means he must have lots and lots of Pokemon. So, if we ask him, I bet he'd give us this... I bet he'd give us some Pokemon. Oh, hey! Is this a new PC? What are the specs? What are the FPS? What's the FPS on gaming? You were also a dumb kid. Pretty sure you needed near level 100 and many attempts to beat the league. Oof. People were mad that the BDSP protagonists were chibi, yet the characters have been technically chibi from Gen 1 to Gen 5. The reason why people were mad at it was because a lot of people, myself included, wanted Pokemon generation, like they wanted the Gen 4 remakes to be in the Sinnoh graphics. Or not the Sinnoh, the Galar graphics, my bad. Like the Sword and Shield graphics. Which, cause you know, Fire Red and Leaf Green was in the Ruby and Sapphire engine. Heart Gold and Soul Silver was in the Diamond and Pearl engine. And Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire was in the X and Y engine. So it made sense that for Generation 8, you know, it made more sense that in Generation 8 that they would use the Sword and Shield, engine, but alas, Ilka was responsible for making this game. Yeah, there's just a lot of problems with this, with the remakes. Just don't murder Blissey in the game. Slow is Gen 4's whole thing, yep, unfortunately. You had Tackle all the way into the League on your Torterra. Hey, it's better than me. I basically had like all fire moves on my Typhlosion, and then I just had the ubiquitous cut. I think that was actually my same moveset on Typhlosion, actually, in my Heart Gold and Soul Silver AnimeLocke. Where was I? Oh, right! We're going to see Professor Rowan and get some Pokemon. I'll be waiting outside. Oh, okay, Didi, if you're late, I'm fining you 10 million Pokédollars. 10 million is a little excessive, don't you think? Wait, no, I don't want to save. Even though saving is important. But let's go ahead and put that to fast. Jesus Christ. And also let's go ahead and put that to set. That's like the only way to play Pokemon. Cut stronger than Tackle, to be fair. I mean, it's not like I had a choice. Also, is there an item in here? Oh, it's just telling me the basics of everything. Gotta love your younger, dumb selves having way too many stab moves. Yep. I didn't know nothing. Didi! Barry already left. I don't know what it was about, but he sure was in a hurry. Hey, maybe since I'm playing this on a MacBook, it'll run much smoother. Oh, yes! Didi! Don't go into the tall grass. Wild Pokemon might attack you. It would be okay if you had your own Pokemon, but you don't, so... Well, take care, She basically just said, you're a scrub. She basically just called me a scrub. Barry is a hustler. Barry is annoying. That's exactly what he is. What you guys say, Fatso?
Technology just blows me away. I mean, now you can play with people around the world. Wirelessly.
Bro definitely got a virtual girlfriend. Can you move? Damn. I'll beat you. Alright. It's true that wild Pokemon do attack people sometimes, but Pokemon also open their hearts to you, so you can become friends. If you're late, I'm gonna fine you 10 mil. Barry, please shut up. Exactly. Who do you think you are stopping me? Hiya, Didi. Barry was looking for you. I think he's home now. Why don't you go check it out? Who the heck are you? Careful, calling him annoying may result in a $10 billion fine. Honestly, you never had any setup moves for playthroughs and still don't hardly, because setup moves don't really matter. Unless you're playing competitive, of course. Although Swords Dance and stuff like that can be useful. But, you know, it's kind of boring when you're just one-shotting most of your opponents, which is basically like every single Pokemon game at this point. What was that about? Oh, hey Didi. Hey, I'm going to see Professor Rowan. You should come too, and quickly. Oh jeez, forgot something. Why am I friends with Barry? Oh, hi Dee Dee. Are you looking for Barry? He was gone for a second, but then he came running right back home. He just can't sit still, that boy. I wonder who he takes after. You love Dragon Dance sweeping NPCs? I'd better take my bag and journal too. Oh, hey Dee Dee. I'll be waiting on the road. It's a $10 million fine if you're late. Also, gotta love the Nintendo Wii representation. Gotta love the Wii representation. Yo, at my friend's house yesterday, he was like showing us all these antique stuff, bro. Bro's got a NES and a Wii. Like his at least his dad does. His dad is now the coolest person I've ever met. Cause he's the only other kid in town. Too slow? Alright, let's get moving to Professor Rowan's lab. What? Don't go into the tall grass, right? No worries, no problem. It doesn't matter that we don't have any Pokemon. Trust me on this one. I've got an idea. Now listen. You know how wild Pokemon jump out when you go into the tall grass? So what you do is, you scoot over to the next patch of grass before any wild Pokemon can appear. If we just keep dashing, we can get to Sand Gem Town without running into wild Pokemon. Okay, I don't think that's how that works. You need to plug in your NES soon. Make sure it still works. Honestly, bro, owning like old consoles is one of my like biggest dreams. Like when I actually start making some money, I'm definitely gonna just start collecting old consoles and stuff like that. I don't know if I'll play on them, but I'm definitely gonna like have like a GameCube, because I've never owned a GameCube. My cousin did, but I didn't. But yeah, he had the Super NES, so that was pretty cool. I'd probably get an NES so I could play Kirby Adventure, but then again, I'd rather play its remake on the GBA, the what's it called, Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland. Much better game, honestly. Used to have an NES before, we just never played it anymore. Oof. Yeah, the only way I can play the old school games is through Nintendo Switch Online, that you have to pay, what, like $50 a year? Which isn't too bad, honestly. Like, people give Nintendo crap for the subscription when, what's it called, when PlayStation and Xbox charge you way more. In the UK, you think you can get a Wii for like 30 to 50 pounds, you think? That's actually a really good deal. I still have my Wii and my Wii U's, and I have no intention on selling them. My mom wanted me to sell them to, you know, declutter the house, but I'm like, we can't just throw away everything that we're not using, like, cause you know, things have value as the years go on. You know what I mean? You do play the NES stuff on the Switch though, but yeah. 20 a year? The expansion is 20 a year. Or no, the expansion is 50 a year. The $20 is for the $20 is for like the base subscription. But 50 a year for the expansion still isn't bad. You like the Switch Online stuff, to be fair, just wish they released games a bit faster. I agree. I still think it's dumb that we have to pay for online features, but whatever. When, you know, you got to play online for free before they released Nintendo Switch Online. Okay, stick with me. Honestly, $50 a year to play GameCube games, that sounds like a reasonable deal for me. On the Switch too, at least. Sucks that you can't play them on the Switch. Which is why Nintendo only made it for the Switch 2. So you have to buy a Switch 2 if you want to play GameCube games. But then again, emulators could always exist, so you really do have a choice, I guess, unless you just have a crappy PC or phone or whatever. But I'm pretty sure most phones run better than a Nintendo Switch, so it can't be too much of a problem unless you have for whatever reason you have an iPhone 4S in 2026. Yeah, paid online is low-key a scam that was slowly normalized over the years. Facts. You feel like online features should be free for like every console. Yep, but every company gotta love capitalism, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. Gotta love capitalism. If you guys couldn't detect the sarcasm. Okay, here goes. On your marks.
Hold it! You shall not pass! You two don't seem to have any Pokemon between you. Then what is the meaning of going into the tall grass?
Hey, Didi. This old guy. It's Professor Rowan, isn't it? What's he doing here?
They tried to go into the tall grass because they wanted Pokemon. What to do? Their world would surely change if they were to meet Pokemon.
Is it right for me? I think. Who's he talking to? I think Professor Rowan might be schizo a little bit. I think he forgot to take the schizo meds.
Is it right for me to put them on that path? You two, you truly love Pokemon, do you?
Of course. Me too! I love Pokemon too!
I will ask you once again. You two, you truly love Pokemon, do you?
What? You can ask 100 times. The answer will never change. We'll both answer 100 times. We love Pokemon. Right, Didi?
Yeah. A pair of reckless kids.
I am not reckless. He is the reckless one. He's blonde.
A pair of reckless kids who foolishly tried to enter tall grass without Pokemon of their own. It worries me that what people like that would do with Pokemon.
Well, he's just senile. Don't worry about it. I mean, I think he is canonically the oldest professor. At like, what, 60? He's older than Professor Oak by 10 years. Yeah, I actually hate Pokemon. Sell them to Quebec. What? Blondophobia. Hey. The blondes know what they did. Can't stand them. Brunette all the way. No, redhead all the way. Redheads and brunettes all the way.
Well then, forget about me, but...
Wait. That's not Professor, that's not the professor talking. Well, then forget about me, but give a Pokemon to my friend here. I mean, it was me who tried to go into the tall grass and all. Okay, maybe Barry is not all that bad. He didn't absolutely sell me under the bus. Barry, I don't like Pokemon. In fact, to protect the world. Imagine a Pokemon extinction, bro. Just reality. Do love me a redhead. Exactly, Andre. You know what it's all about. That's all that matters here. Redheads. You know, with redheads, you're either like really chopped or you're like one of the most beautiful people on the planet. There is no in between, bro. Like, I don't know what it is, bro. Something about that breed of human, of Homo sapien. It just tickles me right. You know what I mean? The humble black hair girl. Exactly, bro.
How big of you. Very well then. I will entrust you two with Pokemon. I apologize for putting you through that exercise. However, you must promise me that you will never recklessly endanger yourselves again. Now then. Now, where...
Professor Rowan, you left your briefcase at the lake. Oh? Is something wrong here?
Ah! There it is! Dawn, nice work. What I was about to do was to entrust these two with their own Pokémon.
Pardon? Those Pokemon are hard to replace. Are you sure about giving them away?
We exist side by side with Pokémon. There comes a time when people should meet Pokémon. There is a world that should be explored together. For them, today is that time. The place right here. Go on, open the briefcase and choose a Pokémon.
Really? Professor Rowan? I can't believe it. I'm so happy now that I can't keep a straight face. Hey, Didi, you can choose first. Hey, I'm practically a grown-up. I have to show some class here. Okay, whatever, dude. What's up with you? Open the briefcase. Oh, I was gonna go around. Okay. I guess I can just walk up to it too. So we got the tiny leaf Pokemon Turtwig. We've got the chimp Pokemon Chimchar. And of course, the penguin Pokemon Piplup. You guys know me. Turtwig is my favorite of the three. So we're choosing Turtwig. Then I choose you. I'm picking this Chimchar.
Very well. Both of you have chosen a good Pokemon, it seems. Now listen well. The Pokemon you have been entrusted with are unfamiliar with the world. In that regard, they're much like you. As fellow newcomers to the world, I hope you'll do well together. If you have any trouble, come see me at my lab in Sandgem Town. And now, we'll be on our way.
Turtwig gang, yes sir. You already know. Professor, wait for me, please. I'm sorry. Please let me pass. No one was in your way. How do you like that? Professor Rowan's really nice. On TV, he seems so stern and scary. Didi, we've both got Pokemon now. There's only one thing to do, right? Are you up for this? No. What's with that attitude? Don't be that way. Okay, he just starts over again. Fine. I've always wanted to say this. The time has finally come. Didi, I challenge you to a battle. Never used Torterra much, only went for Infernape or Empoleon for either a fire type or because funny metal penguin. I used to always go for Infernape because of the whole, you know, Infernape literally being the only good fire type in Sinnoh, at least in Diamond and Pearl. But you have more options in Platinum now. So I'm going to go with my true favorite of the three, Turtwig. I like Piplup, but, you know, he's no Turtwig. Kinda crazy, Dawn, Rowan, Barry, Lucas, and Cyrus all showed up near the smallest town in Sinnoh all on the same day. Only Cynthia's missing. The Pokemon world is a mysterious place. Also, let me check something real quick. Alright, just checking something. Driftblim best fire type. You know, a lot of people give Flint a lot, like, people give Flint a lot of flack for the fact that he doesn't have, like, that he has non-fire types on his team, but I actually like it when they do that with the gym leaders and Elite Four and stuff like that, giving them Pokemon outside of their type, because I don't think a type specialist should just be, oh, they only train that specific type of Pokemon. That means they're also a master of that specific, like, you know, of that specific type's moves as well. So You know, as long as their Pokemon have at least one move of that type, I think that makes sense, you know? And it makes it a lot less, you know, it makes it even more interesting because like battle wise, so I'm not like rolling up on Volkner or Flint and just spamming ground type moves all the time. Like I actually need to strategize against them. You know what I mean? I honestly think that gym leaders should do that more often. Like have Pokemon that aren't of their type, but have moves of that type. You know what I mean? 3 out of 5 non-fire types on an Elite Four is a bit silly. I actually think it's cool. It beats spamming for Hydro Pump or Earthquake like 70 times. I actually like. I'm of the opinion that I am of the opinion that it's genius. I know the real reason that they did it was because they don't have enough fire types in Sinnoh, but I still like it. I still enjoyed it. Matter of fact, I should make my gym leaders similar to that. Gotta love my favorite fire type Lopunny. This is the first hit that you landed on me. Barry, what was that? But people focus on him too much when the whole of Gens 1 and 2 exist. Right, that is true. You think Drift Blim fits him though? Not a fire type, but a hot air balloon. I agree. Best bun. I'm beat after that battle. I completely skipped the first thing that he said. My Pokemon needs rest too. See ya, Didi. You know, when I was little, I didn't think that Joanna had an apron on. I thought that she was one of those moms who just casually would walk around the house like with like basically half naked. So I thought she just had cheeks out for the entire time. Your favorite ghost type specialist Agatha with her team of poison types. I just canonize her as a poison specialist at this point, since there were only 3 ghost types and they were all of the same evolution line. Yeah. Gen 1 and Gen 2 did not have much variety in that regard. What even was the I mean, I guess we did have a poison specialist already, so I guess I don't know. They could have done something different with Agatha. I don't know. What's the matter, dear? And also on the whole Joanna thing, as someone from you know, a Caribbean household, that's unfortunately a normal thing. You know, like I saw that a lot as a kid, so it was like I just kind of normalized that in my head. I love Lance, but Lance in Gen 2 as a flying specialist. I kind of like the idea that his Pokemon are just draconic in appearance. I kind of like that. Like what I've been saying for years is that instead of having like Pokemon of just like the same type, it makes more sense that the Pokemon are also like they fit a theme, sort of. So I kind of like how Lance, like his team isn't fully just dragon type, since, you know, there weren't that many dragon types in Gen 1 and Gen 2, but like his Pokemon are also just draconic by appearance. Actually, in the original story of my Fakemon region, I was kind of going to make it where one of the Elite Four members was going to be a fairy type specialist, but they only had like one fairy type Pokemon, while the rest of the team was just Pokemon that looked like they should be fairy, but you know, they're just there. Like, they look like they should be fairy, but they're not fairy. Lance the Dragon Tamer, more like Lance the Bird Keeper. Well, I mean, they weren't really birds, were they? They weren't really birds. You know, he was the lore keeper, like Zinnia. Me too, you somewhat doubled down on it in soothing. I wouldn't really consider that a spoiler. It's not like I'm looking at the team, you know. I don't really consider team matchups spoilers, really, to be honest. Like, if it's like gameplay stuff, eh. If it's like an actual story thing, or if like you have like new Pokemon or something like that, then yeah, it's like I would rather not be spoiled on that. Hence why I stay away from all of like the Gen 10 leaks and stuff. Because, you know, whatever does turn out to be true, it's like I want to see that for myself, you know. They should give us like theme or weather specialists once instead of type specialists. Hey, I actually said that in my wish list for Generation 10. I hope that we get like a Winter Wonderland type theme, like, or like a forest sanctuary that's filled with like grass, bug, and fairy types, as opposed to just having mono grass and all that. Or, you know, maybe you can have like a gym leader who's based around a trick room type team or something like that. Give me something interesting. Or, you know what, better yet, do away with gyms. You're supposed to be sleeping instead of spamming. Hey, the stream's more important. The stream's more important. I'm glad you realized that. Wow, that's what happened to you? You and Barry are lucky to have met Professor Rowan. Imagine if you didn't. I wouldn't like to think what the wild Pokemon might have done to you two. Ah, yes. The Bidoof and Starly would completely decimate me and Barry. Dee Dee, go see Professor Rowan and thank him properly for your Pokemon. His lab is in Sanjum Town, isn't it? Now that you have your own Pokemon, the tall grass won't be so threatening. Oh, I know. Put these on. Ah, yes. The running shoes. I think this is like the earliest. Yeah, this is like the earliest we have the... Yeah, this is like the earliest we get the running shoes in the games, I believe. Going to Sanjum Town is like an adventure in itself, right? With those running shoes, you can go to faraway places much faster. Oh, I turned on the fast forward. Okay, let me read the instructions. We don't need to read that. Well, isn't that just nifty? You would kind of be chill with them trying trials again in Winds and Waves. Honestly, I would love that. Maybe trials and gyms. Oh, and like you get to have like a choice of like if you want to do trials or if you want to do gyms. That would be cool. Lance, but he gets the Hyper Beam treatment. Oh. Too slow. Too slow. Dee Dee, I'm sick of waiting. I'm going to go see Professor Rowan so I can thank him properly. So I had this great idea. Listen up, okay? You know that lake where we always play at? You know how they say a legendary Pokemon lives there? You guessed it. Let's catch that Pokemon. That'll make Professor Rowan happy. I'm sure of that. You and me together. We've got nothing to fear. You just want a populated world? Here's the thing. I know Pokemon is going to do the whole open world stuff from now on, but honestly, my problem with open world games, like not just Pokemon, like a lot of open world games is like they're a mile wide but an inch deep. Like they look vast at first, but when you actually play through the game, it's like they're kind of barren, you know? Especially with an RPG like Pokemon, Like, there's no scaling and stuff like that. Like, yeah, in Scarlet and Violet, you can battle the gym leaders in any order you want, but why does that matter? Because you battle, like what does that matter when they're not scaled to how many badges you have, like how Pokemon Origins confirmed that gym leaders work? So it's like, you know, it would be cool if they made a proper open world version of Scarlet and Violet where you could battle Grusha first, and he'll have like 2 Pokemon that are like, I don't know, like level 10-ish or whatever the first gym leaders Pokemon's levels are or whatever. What you mean, you and me? I'm getting that legendary. Yep, agreed. Yeah, like, honestly, like, if they're gonna do open world, like, please actually, like, scale things. Make it actually feel like an open world. If they're gonna double down on open world, they need scaling and they need more things to do. You think we've had this chat? We definitely have. Like, I'm pretty sure we have this chat. Like me and the chat, we have this type of conversation like at least once every other day. Like, all right, we're at the lake. Get ready because we're capturing that legendary Pokemon. Trust me on this one. It's here. It even says so on the sign. Okay, I may not have like a lot of nostalgia for this, but if there's one thing I feel nostalgia for, is the music, dude. The music in this game. Absolute peak. What's going on?
The flowing time. The expanding space. I will make it all mine one day. Cyrus is my name. Remember it. Until then, sleep while you can. Legendary Pokemon of the lake bed. Allow me to pass. Step aside.
What was that about? Weird guy. Okay, Dee Dee, let's catch that legendary Pokemon. Did he just call me a coon? Did that Pokemon just call me a coon? I'm definitely not, but okay. Them's his fighting words. Did you hear that, Dee Dee? That was the legendary Pokemon crying. That had to be it. Okay, this is our chance. Let's catch it. Wait. What? We don't have anything on us. You know, Pokeballs. P-O-K accent E balls. I love that. If we don't have those, we can't catch Pokemon or take them around with us. Do you think Professor Rowan give us some if we asked him? You know, you remember what he said, don't you? He said to visit him at his lab if we needed anything. Okay, Dee Dee, I'll race you. First one to Professor, I cannot speak. First one to Professor Rowan's lab in Sanjum Town rules. Mesprit is racist, confirmed. Ooh, I have a rant about the about the Lake Guardians, but we'll save that for another time. Cause if I go on that rant, we'll be here all day. You added limited scaling and soothing. It's not that hard to do, just time consuming. And at least for winds and waves, we have time, so surely. Unless imagine they already, unless it's like a Legends, what's it called? A Legends EA case where they already completed the game and they're just holding off on it. So they can make us think that they're taking time with it. Cyrus was saying all that to a Magikarp. Bidoof, the popular memed Pokemon. I doubt it. At least the positive side of me wants to think that they're actually they're actually still working on things for the game, but you know, I just, yeah, I don't know. There's just so many things. You know what? I think I still have like a list of, I think I have a list of things. I'm not gonna read through the entire thing, but like, yeah, like I do have like a little list of things that I wish that they would incorporate in Generation 10. Let me see. Like, cause I think my problem with Generation 10, well, not my problem, but cause we don't know anything about Generation 10, but my problem with Pokemon really is that they need to stop playing it safe for the most part. I don't like it when companies play things safe. Hence why the Boys finale was so ass. At some point, the extra time has to be for something. That's what I'm saying, dude. And the thing is like Game Freak really doesn't have like, Game Freak really doesn't have any motivation to really like use that extra time for something useful, because it's like they know the games will sell anyway, so it's like, come on. It's Gen 10, they aren't releasing on the anniversary, it's coming out next year. This will be the biggest gap between generations ever. Yeah, this is the first time a Pokemon game has taken, what, like 5 years to come out? So come on, man. If it does come out like November, like holiday time of next year. Please, I'm tired, boss. It has to be good. So far, it looks good, like graphics-wise. It looked like this is objectively the best-looking Pokemon game. At least the best-looking 3D Pokemon game, I should say. But, the game just like, gameplay-wise, it really needs to be good. Because, you know, graphics is whatever. I'm more of a gameplay focused person than a graphics, you know, focused person. I know both are equally as important, but for me, it's like, what good is a game's graphics if the game plays, you know, terribly? You get what I'm saying? Like, if Game Freak is committed to an open world, then Gen 10 just simply cannot launch in the same state that Scarlet and Violet launched in. Because, like, let's be real, Scarlet and Violet was hella rushed, dude. Hella rushed. According to leaks, you think they apparently have acknowledged the decline and that they need to find ways to keep the franchise alive, so hopefully they improve. I hope they take that to heart then. Like, I'm not saying if it has frame drops sometimes or whatever. Like, I'm saying like I'm not saying that Scarlet and Violet just had a couple frame drops. Like, it felt broken in ways that other open world Switch games just didn't, you know? Like, they need to make this game run smooth. They do need to make the game run smoothly, that's for sure. Like, the world, like, make the world load properly, make the camera stop, you know, make the camera smooth, make co-op not lag out, you know, the moment anything cool happens, you know, all that stuff. Oh, there you are. Please come with me. The professor is waiting. Scarlet and Violet, yeah, as fun as the games were, they were a mess. I will admit that. You know, I'm not going to be one of those Pokemon games where it's like, oh, well, I love Pokemon, so I'm going to praise every single game that comes out. No, if I have a problem with the game, I'm definitely going to, like, speak on it. You know? But it sucks, because when I do say positive things about a Pokemon game, I just get called a Nintendo shill or Nintendo bootlicker or whatever obligatory insult. This is it! Our Pokemon Research Lab. One of the most broken games you've played. Yeah, man. Dude, when I played it on the Nintendo Switch 2, I was like... Dude, I was literally freaked out by how well Scarlet and Violet ran on the Switch 2 when you get the Switch 2 update. It sucks that it took an entirely new console just for the game to run good. Your favorite show, Doctor Who, was essentially canceled recently? If Pokemon, your favorite game franchise, dies too, I've got nothing. That's how I feel, bro. Like, Pokemon is the only thing that's keeping me going, bro. If Pokemon go, I always tell people, if Pokemon goes, I go. Cause like, what am I doing all this for then? There's always gonna be haters. I don't let them get to me at all. I don't care. I don't care what people say. I mean, let's be real. I wouldn't be a YouTuber if I, you know, crashed out over every single negative comment I got. You know what I mean? What the? Oh, it's you, Didi. That old guy. He's not scary so much as he is totally out there. Ah, it doesn't matter, Didi. I'm out of here. See you later. Wow. What was that? Your friend sure seems to be really impatient. Well, anyway, let's go inside. Also, I want a map for Gen 10 that like literally revolves. If Gen 10 is bad, you're gonna be so delusioned, man. No facts. But I need the map. I need the map that's designed around curiosity, you know? Like, I want to feel like I'm actually on a Pokemon adventure, not just, oh yeah, let me go from point A to point B and stuff like that. Even though I've said that I prefer linear Pokemon games over to the open world, but that's because Pokemon doesn't know how to do open world games. You know what I mean? Like, not Pokemon, but Game Freak doesn't know how to do open world games, man. Like, the idea of open world is cool, but open world doesn't automatically mean better exploration, you know what I mean? In fact, sometimes it just makes exploration worse because everything starts feeling the same. You know, like I said, like there's a lot of open world games I've played where it feels like it's a mile wide but an inch deep in content, you know? Like, I want Gen 10 to bring back the feeling of, like, optional discovery. You know, stuff like the Seafoam Islands, the Power Plant, the Ruins of Alph, the Old Chateau in this game, you know? Not some go here because the story marker, not go here because the story marker said so, you know? Like, I'm talking about, like, places that you just happen to stumble onto and realize, oh, shoot, like, this is a whole new area. You're actually going to sleep soon. You will leave the phone on and impulsively grab your phone and start chatting again the moment your ears perk up. All right, no problem, Andre. You feel like we haven't gotten a good dungeon since, like, Gen 7 at least? No, you're right. Dude. I honestly don't think we've had like a proper dungeon since then. Also, I think my freaking headphones are dying. Because I just heard the thing go off. Are my headphones dying? I can't see the battery apparently. That's kind of stupid. Oh, I can. Oh, it's at 10%. We good. I think we can make it another hour before because this isn't going to be a super long stream. Well. Oh wait.
Well. Look who's here.
Literally one like actually dope optional dungeon and you'll be satisfied. Yep. No, because exploration is literally like why I play Pokemon. Like, I don't care about catching them all. I don't care about competitive battling. I like Pokemon because I like the creature designs and I like the lore. And if nothing is expanding the lore for me, it's like, what am I playing this for? You know? Like, honestly, like, for example, the legendaries, like the Ruinous Quartet, one of the best little side quests that I've done in any Pokemon game in like years. Like, because one of my biggest problems was how like legendary Pokemon don't really feel like legendary Pokemon anymore. But the Ruinous Treasures, that fixed that problem, man. Like, I love, because I was like, what are all these stakes going around and stuff like that? And then you find out that you're actually supposed to collect all of these stakes. You have to travel all over the world to collect them and stuff like that. And then unlock these chambers to unleash these, you know, plagues upon the world and catch them before they can cause any damage or whatever. Like, that was such a cool side quest.
Indeedy, was it? Let's have a look at your Pokemon. I see. This Pokemon seems to be rather happy. And trusting you with that Turtwig was no mistake, it seems. Well, would you like to give it a nickname? Of course, because why would I? That's like having a pet dog and just naming him Dog. Like, what you mean? Hold on, chat. Let me mute myself real quick. All right, I'm back, chat. Just had to send a text real quick. Oh, let me see. You like the vibe and that quartet are dope. Yeah, honestly, one of like the best legendaries I've seen in years. But another Easter egg hunt for legendaries wasn't good enough for you. That's fair. That's fair. Like we had that with the Wisps and Alolan Diglets in the previous game. That's fair. That is fair. Though the Ruinous Mons one had more mystery, you guessed. Yeah, I liked it because it felt like I was actually doing something that, you know, I was actually doing some type of treasure hunt as opposed to gathering a bunch of Diglets so you can get a random Alolamon in Sword and Shield. Like, I didn't care much about that, obviously. Okay, so since Torterra, its final evolution is based on the whole world turtle thing. And since I'm going for, I don't know if I've told, well, I have said this multiple times. In Sinnoh, I like to name my Pokemon after like mythological figures and stuff like that. So I'm going to name you Akupara. I think that sounds cool. I was also looking up like, you know, cool mythological names for Torterra. And since, you know, world turtle and stuff like that, or like a nature god or some like ancient giant, I'm gonna name you Akupara, because like it fits Torterra. I think it fits, it's tied to the whole world turtle idea, you know? So, yeah. And plus it just sounds cool. Akupara. Okay. I see. And you're happy with that nickname? When I first saw you two about to step into the tall grass without Pokemon, I was shocked. I was astounded by these foolhardy children. But now, you've astounded me in an entirely different way. Already there is a bond growing between you and that Pokemon. I feel privileged to have met you. I'm sure Turtwig feels the same way about you. That's why I'll ask you to cherish that Turtwig of yours.
I'm so glad that you're kind toward Pokemon. If you weren't, I'd have to... Oh, I just can't say it. What were you about to say? Say it with your chest. What was she gonna do to me? Why did the music cut off?
Let's move on to the main topic. There is something I want you to do for me. Allow me to properly introduce myself. Allow me to properly introduce myself first. My name, as you know, is Rowan. I study Pokemon. First of all, I want you to know exactly what kinds of Pokemon live in the Sinnoh region. To do so, it is necessary to collect data using the Pokédex. This is what I wish to ask of you. I want to entrust you with this Pokédex. Will you use it to record data on all the Pokemon in Sinnoh for me? No. I can stand here without speaking for hours. I'm a very patient man. Let me ask you again, Didi. Fine. Good answer.
Gee, it's almost like I didn't have a choice.
That Pokédex is a very high-tech device. It will automatically record data on any kind of Pokemon you encounter.
Hey, what's going on, Yami? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well.
Didi, I ask that you go everywhere and meet every kind of Pokemon in this region.
I've got one too. When you walked up Route 201 with your Pokemon.
Oh wait, when you walked up Route 201 with your Pokemon, what did you feel? I've lived for 60 long years. Even now, I get a thrill when I'm with a Pokemon. Now, you should know that there are countless Pokemon in this world. That means there are just as many thrills waiting for you out there. Now go! Didi, your grand adventure begins right now.
The Pokemon that I met for the first time was a Piplup. If you would have chosen a Piplup on Route 201, we'd have the same Pokemon now. Not that it matters, but... Anyway, I'm Dawn. I also helped the professor add pages to the Pokédex, so in a sense, I'm just like you.
You're nothing like me.
Have you beat 3 champions in a row? Technically 4 if you count Red. Have you one-shot a Deoxys? Have you one-shot a Kyogre? I don't think so. I picked Turtwig. That's my goat. At least in Sinnoh. That's my Sinnoh goat.
Dawn lies.
Right. If I chose Piplup, you would have chosen Chimchar. Why are you lying to me for, Dawn? I just got a little head start on you, that's all. I'll be able to teach you things. Glad to meet you, Didi.
Didi! I have something good here. You should take this as well.
Return?
That is a technical machine. That one contains the mover.
You're giving it to me this early?
Using a technical machine, or TM for short, teaches a move instantly to a Pokemon. Bear in mind, however, that a TM is... That a TM is single use only. The move return gains power the more friendly a Pokemon is with you. It's up to you, of course, if you want to use that TM or not. I'll send you off with the wish that your journey will be fun.
Oh wow. I didn't know the professor had TMs. Was he a trainer when he was young? Yo, we need like a prequel. We need like a prequel Pokemon game of like Professor Oak, Professor Elm, and stuff like that. Like their journeys toward becoming Pokemon professors. You know what I mean? Because it is canon that Professor Oak was like a pretty strong trainer before becoming a professor. At least from what I know from the manga. Since it's weak without friendship at this point, you'd probably use it on your starter. Fair. That's cool game design, yeah. How to tell the kid to return my Pokemon without asking him. Give him the TM return. Okay, Didi. I'll act as your mentor. Ah, yes, because I, a 3-time running champion, need mere mentorship from you. I should be the one mentoring you, blue-haired woman. Why is your hair blue? That's not a natural color, unless it's dyed. So it encourages players to bond with their starter, and they're rewarded for doing so. That is true. That is actually a good point. I've got a bit more experience than you as a trainer and as the professor's assistant. Oh, so we just gaslighting me, huh? We're just lying here. Okay, follow me. You should be following me. This center with the red roof is the Pokemon Center. Last time I checked, that was orange. I don't know what red she's seeing, unless I'm colorblind. Unless I'm colorblind. That is orange. It's the place that heals Pokemon that have been hurt in battle. You can find a Pokemon Center in most towns. You know, it's funny, most streamers would have already been at like the first gym by now. That is crazy. The building with the blue roof over here is the Pokemart. It's a shop where you can buy and sell items and medicine. Didi, since you're a novice and you won't be able to buy many kinds of merchandise, don't let it bother you. Oh wait, since you're a novice, you won't be able to buy merchandise. That's what she was saying. Oh, that's right, Didi. Don't you need to let your family know that you're going to be helping Professor Rowan with the Pokedex? You may need to go far away, so I think you should let someone know. Oh, but before you go, heal up your Pokemon at the Pokemon Center. Okay. It'll be a lot less scary that way. Okay, bye now. I blame Dracondre? What? What did you do? Yeah, has anyone seen Supergirl? I want to see that. Looks pretty good. Now I'm really excited for Spider-Man Brand New Day. That's my boy. Welcome home, Didi. Are you and your Pokemon healthy? Take a quick rest, dear. What is it, Didi? Wow. Professor Rowan asked you to do something that big? Okay, here. Okay, dear, go for it. Your item's got you. Your item. That's clearly said item. Your mom's got your back. Oh, I know. Didi, I've got something that you'll find useful. Ah, the journal. I do like that. I do like the journal is canonically what we're using to like save our progress. I think that's pretty cool. It was a little mid. Oh, really? Yeah, I've been hearing like there's like a lot of mixed reviews on Supergirl. But I am interested in watching it. You kept me from the gym. Oof. Nah, it's all good. I mean, that's the whole purpose of these streams. I just like talking. I just like talking to viewers. That's a journal. It keeps a record of your daily events. Check it, and you'll be able to remember what you did last. Gee, a journey full of adventure. I envy you, kiddo. Plus, you're not alone. You have your Pokemon with you. I wish I could go instead. I'm just joking, dear. Yup, Didi. I'll be right by myself. I'll be all right by myself, so you go and enjoy your adventure. When you're exposed to new things and experience new sensations, you can make your mother happy. It makes your mother happy too. But come back sometimes. I would like to see the kinds of Pokemon you've caught, dear. Excuse me, is my little Barry here? Oh? No, he's not. Oh. Then he must have left already. What to do? That boy shouted about going on an adventure, then he bolted. He's so headstrong and reckless. I at least wanted him to take this. Not to worry. Dee Dee will deliver that to him. Come on, Mother. Won't you, Dee Dee? Oh, really? You'd do that for me? Dee Dee, please take this to Barry for me. I guess I'm an Uber. I guess I'm an Uber driver. Except in this scenario, I don't even have a car. It's legs. I'm a Uber runner. Call your mother, Barry. That's what I'm saying. Just completely abandon his family. Bye-bye, Dee Dee. Enjoy your adventure. Let me think. Knowing my boy, he would probably head straight to Jubilife City. Okay. Please take that to my Barry. I'm sorry. I don't know what that was. Move! But yeah, another thing that I wish for Gen 10 to have. Ooh, first capture of the region, actually. First capture of the region, actually. I know it's a very, like, overrated Pokemon, but Staraptor really is one of the best flying types that you can catch for this region. I mean, if it was really up to me, I could go and try to get the Drifloon that spawns in that one area on Fridays, but I'll just stick with Starly. Please don't kill it, though. Good. So, yeah. Yeah, I think I have a pretty decent idea on what Pokemon I'm gonna have on my team. I don't have Pokeballs, never mind. I don't have Pokeballs, never mind. I need to go get them from Dawn. Oops. Wait a minute. Doesn't he give me a free potion? I think he gives me a free potion. I don't want to talk to you. Leave me alone. Oh yeah, I forgot Generation 4 has like a lot of useless gender differences. You guys remember that one trend of like people making gender differences between starters and stuff like that? Where like they would make them they would make all like the female specimens of the Pokemon like ridiculously feminine looking. Like, I swear I remember one where, like, they either made Charizard or Greninja pink, and, like, they had, like, some weird, like, body part that looked like typical feminine hair and stuff like that. I went to your mom's house. She's a really nice lady. Call her when you can, won't you? She misses ya. Make all the males bald. Look, yeah, I should rock the bald look one of these days. Oh, that's right. Dee Dee, I haven't shown you how to catch a Pokemon. I'll demonstrate how to catch one, so just watch me, okay? But yeah, another thing for Gen 10, make side quests feel like make them feel like actual stories, you know? Because if there's one thing I enjoyed about Legends ZA and Legends Arceus was that it proved something that Pokemon used to be allergic to. The fact that side quests can actually be good, you know? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm sorry, I don't want some go catch 10 of this Pokemon, you know? Like, I want actual little stories, you know, characters with personality, problems that feel local to the region, you know? Small emotional arcs, or just world building that doesn't rely on super long lore expeditions, you know? Make Dawn bald? Wow, can't imagine what the already feminine looking starters looked like. That was like what it was like inspired by. Like they wanted like a like because of how like feminine Pokemon like Delphox and Meowscarada and Primarina look, they wanted to make like more male looking Pokemon. I don't know, that was just so ridiculous. But I guess you can kind of blame them for giving us a bunch of humanoid starters for this. But whatever. Because, like, at least before, like, what, Gen 6? Like, all of the Pokemon I could imagine as both male or female, but it's like, since Generation, like, 6, since they started going the more humanoid route, it's like, yeah, this Pokemon is clearly masculine, this Pokemon is clearly feminine coded, it's like, I don't know. But I'm not gonna make, like, ridiculous gender variations for it. I think I like how like Gen 6 did it, like with Meowstic. Well, I mean it is only Meowstic, like how in Indeedee. Like I like how like what Game Freak did with Meowstic and Indeedee. Like how they battle differently as opposed to just being cosmetic. I've seen enough. Necrozma. Light that burns the sky. See? Isn't it neat? Actually, it's better to lower your target's HP more than I did. It's important to get the Pokemon's HP low as possible. But this is probably a healthy... But this is because a healthy Pokemon is very difficult to catch. Oh yeah, Basculegion, right. That's another Pokemon, yeah. Forgot about that one. I always forget about that gender difference, how the male is physical and the female is special. I do like that quite a bit. Oh! Pokemon also get easier to catch if you make them sleep or something by using a Pokemon's move. Okay, Didi. To get you started, I'll give you 5 Pokeballs. Okay. If you have lots of Pokemon with you, it will be safer on long trips. Plus, it will be a lot more fun having your Pokemon friends along. Okay, I need to get going. Bye now. Alright, here we go. Now we can actually catch ourselves a Starly. Borb, indeed. Starly, the Starling Pokemon, a normal and flying type. Because they are weak individually, they form groups. However, they bicker if the group grows too big. I actually have a perfect name for you. I am going to name her Garuda. So I just looked it up. Garuda is a revered mythical bird-like deity in Hindu and Buddhist type mythologies. Oh wait, but hold on. Garuda's a male though. Hold on. Let me see if there's other ones. See if there's any like goddesses. Garuda would have definitely worked, but I want it to be like more accurate. Like if like the Pokemon is male, like not the Pokemon, but if like the, you know, mythological deity that I'm mythological, you know, deities, like what gender they are. Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna name her. I know it looks like Nike, but I think in Greek mythology it's pronounced Nike, who's the Greek. Maybe it is Nike though. I don't know, but it's the Greek goddess of victory. So. Oh, well, my headphones died. That's fun. That's hilarious. Yo, chat, I know I haven't really been acting like it, but I'm actually like in a lot of pain. Like I'm like really tired. My body's aching, bro, cuz I was swimming in the pool like all day, chat. Like all day. Speaking of Borb, you like that Toby Fox made a new bird-like enemy in Deltarune Chapter 5. They're just little goobers. Nice. Another thing on my wish list. What else? Oh, difficulty options. Please. You're a Pokemon trainer, and so am I. Our eyes met, so battle we must. But yeah, I want Gen 10 to have a difficulty selection, you know? Not because I want Pokemon to be Dark Souls or anything like that. You know, not because I want every trainer to run perfect competitive sets or anything like that. I just want it because, you know, Pokemon is played by all ages, bro. Like, I think there's a way that they can make it like standard, like I think it could be in like 3 modes. Like they can make like give us like a, what's it called? Ooh, critical hit, golly. Like give us like a casual, like maybe like a casual standard mode. We're not getting difficulty settings, I feel. I know we're not getting them, most likely. But we do need them. We do need them, for sure. Like, imagine, like, a casual, like, standard mode where it's just normal trainer levels, a forgiving AI, and generous, you know, money and items. Then maybe a challenge mode where you have a much smarter AI system, you know, better team composition, held items on major battles and stuff like that, like gym leaders, rival battles and all that, and a level curve that's tuned so you don't sleepwalk through the entire game, and then maybe like maybe even like a hardcore mode, you know, for the veteran trainers, you know, where there's like a set mode where you get set mode options, limited items in battle, you know, gym leaders scale to your badge count and your party average or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. I just hate the whole, well, Pokemon is for kids, DeAndre. Kurapika, the Turtwig. Like, the whole Pokemon is for kids thing, I hate that, because it's not an excuse to refuse basic accessibility features, you know? Difficulty options are basically accessibility. Alright. Let's buy like 5 potions real quick. Guess who bit the bullet and bought all the Final Fantasy games? Really? Well, you better play them in within the next 3 weeks. Okay, maybe not weeks, but next 3 months maybe. Sent the enemy you were talking about in the DMs. Alright, I'll have a look when I can. I spy with my little eye a trainer. A battle, please. She's demanding it like it's a service. Ugh. Also, honestly, can we bring back the option to turn the experience share off? Like, because obviously the experience share is staying, you know, fine, it's probably staying, but Gen 10 needs to let us control how it works, you know? Like, the experience share should have the option to turn off, in my opinion. You won't even touch them until mid-August. Oof. You got 1 to 6 on your PSP to play first, and then you can play 7 and then Crisis Core. You might play Crisis Core first before 7 since it's a prequel to 7, but spoils 7. The name of said enemy is Kaka, by the way. That's actually kind of funny. Also, that Bidoof is about to murder my freaking Starly. Jesus Christ, man. Also bought the 7 remake, so you're playing 7. The 7 remake, so you're playing 7 twice. But that was tragic. Nike didn't do it. She indeed did not. She did not do it. Oh man, I have to freaking do laundry after this and all that. Ugh. I'm too tired for this, chat. Like, I legit, like, literally, when I'm done streaming, I'm gonna take... I don't like taking naps, but I need to... Like, I think I needed to sleep in all day. The only reason I got up was because I was like, look, you want to grow on YouTube? You gotta be consistent with it. That's it. I'll probably be in much better, like... And I'll probably have a lot more energy tomorrow for sure, but as of right now, I am dead right now. Like, I'm barely functioning. But yeah, either give us the option to turn experience share off, or make it where the experience share doesn't spread EVs to the Pokemon that didn't participate, you know? Because I know in most RPGs, like there basically is an experience all for all of like the entire party. But it's like, I don't know, man. But honestly, they should just add a toggle. They should just let us get that toggle to turn it on and off. I forgot Burmy was a thing. You know what sucks about Burmy is that it's such an interesting concept, but design-wise, it's kind of ugh. It's kind of ugh. You know what I mean, chat? Ugh. There we go. Level 5. And we learn quick attack. You beat me? You've got talent. I mean, just don't have a Burmy, I guess. Okay, you're not a trainer, but there's an item over here. Potion. No wonder Burmy has a trash cloak. It was legitimate trash. Alright, I'm gonna be right back. I need some water, chat. We need some water. Alright, got my water. Man, who needs what's it called? Who needs energy drinks when you got water, bro? Water rejuvenates you. Okay, let me see how loud am I actually, chat? What's it called? Who needs energy drinks when you got water? Water rejuvenates you. Let me see how loud. I don't know. I think it sounds normal to me. I think that was just why tripping. Is it like actually super loud, or was it just Zwei tripping the entire time? I don't know. I think it's... What y'all think, chat? Because I've actually turned it down. Like, it's not like at max volume. Like, I've turned it down by a couple decibels. Hi, Didi. Are you catching Pokemon? I think you'd feel a lot better if you were to catch some more. When I said rejuvenate, it was a little loud, but I sound fine. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to find a way to like balance out the audio in this new app that I'm using, because I'm not using OBS right now. I'm using another app because I'm using Meld Studio. It's basically like OBS, but it uses less, but it has like some built-in stuff, so it doesn't like use your, what's it called? So it doesn't like use up the resources and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You know, like when you need to travel to faraway places. Oh, I know. But, oh, I know. Don't you think it's better to know more about Pokemon? Sure it is. I know just the place. Come on. Don't be shy. Follow me. Oh, that man. What is he doing?
What? How did you know? How did you unmask me as a member? How did you unmask me as a member of the International Police?
Huh? What? Beg your pardon? I was just making conversation.
You claim you were only making conversation, do you? But I know better not to believe that. No, no, no. You recognized right away that I was someone extraordinary. That is why you spoke to me, is it not? Your power of the I can't read. Your power of I'm a crash out, chat. I am going to crash out. Oh. Alright. That is why you spoke to me, is it not? Your power of observation is fearsome. Quite admirable you are. Now that my cover has been blown, let me introduce myself. I am a globe-trottling elite of the International Police. My name? No. I shall inform you only of my code name. My code name, it is Looker. It is what they call me. Incidentally, it's the saying, don't be a thief. Wait, incidentally, is the saying don't be a thief familiar to you? Sure. Yes, that is correct. Taking what belongs to others is wrong. Unfortunately, there are apparently those who do not heed those words. In Sinnoh, in fact, there are criminals stealing the Pokemon of others. I have, therefore, been on the lookout for characters arousing my suspicion. Incidentally, you are trainers, yes? Perhaps you can make use
perhaps you can make use of this odd versus recorder, what they should have included in Pokemon Champions. That versus recorder. It is a nifty device for recording a match. I obtained it because it is quite popular these days. But myself, I do not do Pokemon battling very often. It will be in better hands with you. Also, I have a request. If you were to see me again, I ask that you not talk to me, for I am on duty. Actually, yes. Yes, you may speak to me. You must. Not because I am lonely. No. You must inform me of bad guys. You must inform me of any happenings. Working for the international police must be hard. Didi, here it is. It's the trainer school. The name says it all. I saw your friend Barry go in earlier. He could still be in there studying. Okay, bye now. Okay, bye. That's literally what she did. Also, here we go. I was looking for a Pokemon Platinum. Looking for like the Pokemon Platinum like walkthrough guide. I don't want to like just look it up on Bulbapedia. I want to like feel like I'm actually exploring. You know what I mean, chat? I want to feel like I'm actually exploring. Right? Let me see. I'm trying to see if I can download it as like a PDF. Here we are. PDF. All right, here we go. Sinnoh walkthrough. Uh-oh. Excuse me, why did it do that? I'm so sorry, chat. All right, so let's go ahead and find Barry. Oh, here we are. Let me see what this item is all about. Oh, an X attack. We don't need to use that. Hey, Didi, did you come to study too? I went ahead and memorized everything that was up on the blackboard. After all, it's a trainer's job to avoid having their precious Pokemon hurt in battle, right? So, Didi, what brings you here? Huh? You've got something for me? Yep. So, what is this? Score! It's a town map! Huh? Why are there 2 in here? I like it a lot, but I don't need 2. Here, Dee Dee.
Excuse me.
Here, Dee Dee. You take 1. Fair enough. Well, according to the town map, I guess Oreburg City is where I should be going next. There's a gym, so it might be perfect for raising the Pokemon I just caught. Well, I'm on the road to becoming the greatest trainer of all time. See you around. Bro thinks he's me. It's perfectly fine for trainers and Pokemon to develop at their own pace. If there's anything you're not familiar with, you can look it up here. Okay, the blackboard, blah, blah, blah. I don't really want to read about any of that. Pokemon are hard enough to use items without, I cannot read for real. Pokemon are smart enough to use items they're holding, but they won't know what to do with man-made items like potions and antidotes. I wrote an essay in my notebook on what makes a true Pokemon trainer. Good for you. We learned about Pokemon types today. Grass is weak to fire, fire is weak to water, and water is weak to grass. Wow. Doing it is the best way to learn. Can we get a battle with you? Oh, doing it. I see. Okay, I'm sorry. That was I don't know where I was going with that joke. Go! My Pokemon, go! Harrison. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh! Yeah, I'm switching. I am most definitely switching out. Bruh. Alright. Okay, you learned Absorb. At least you have some grass. At least you have Grass Stab. It's hard to win if you don't have some Pokemon to choose from. Sure it is, buddy. Sure it is. Okay, so I need to download this PDF. At least you have Grass Stab. Me if someone has Leaf Blade. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna download the PDF on my MacBook. Come on, there we go. Where do I go to share it? Oh, I didn't click. There we go. And go to downloads. Should be here. Or not. I guess I gotta wait for it to load, because this is gonna annoy me. I know I could just go on Bulbapedia, but the problem with Bulbapedia is sometimes it like refreshes and it's like I have to find what part I was at. At least with this, I can at least know what page I'm on. Sir, I'm gonna need you to download, please. It's almost done downloading, chat. Well, I guess while I'm at it, I guess while we wait, I'm gonna go heal up my Pokemon. I'm gonna go back and fight that other trainer. I just became friends with my Pokemon. I'm not sure if we can do this properly, but may we battle? I need to try the things I learned before I forget them. Sure. Christine. With a Bidoof. I swear I battled someone with an Abra around this area. I don't think it was these two then. Unless that was Diamond and Pearl. That critical hit was personal. Bruh. You can't be serious with that, bro. You cannot be serious with that, bro. Nike is slacking, chat. Nike is slacking, dude. Like, what you doing, bro? I like to study a lot. Oh, I forgot this is one of the few gens where they don't let you read what the person's saying. We were actually confident that we would do pretty good, but I'm completely impressed by how tough you are. If you like, talk to my friend and get a nice item from him. Whoa! You're really good! We've been studying every day, but we were no match for you at all. You'd be able to use this potion properly. I did all that for a potion, bro. Okay, let me see now. Oh, it did download, okay. Okay, we're gonna move this to iCloud Drive. I guess I can just drop it. And then did I not put in the right thing? Here we are, here we are, here we are. Yup. Yup, it's downloading, chat. I wish I had the actual like guidebook so I didn't have to download the PNG, but it is what it is. I know I had the walkthrough for Diamond and Pearl. No, not Diamond and Pearl. Heart Gold and Soul Silver, Black and White, and Black 2 and White 2, but my mom had ditched those. Alright, here we go. Yep. Being a good trainer isn't only about ordering your Pokemon around. A superior trainer knows how to use items to the full advantage. You don't say. Oh, hello. Oh? 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 You call yourself a Pokemon trainer? And yet you have no Poketch? That is, Pokemon Watch, or Poketch for short. Oh my, you are a rare case indeed. You see, I invented and now manufacture Poketches. Not only that, I'm now conducting the Poketch promotional campaign. All you have to do is find 3 clowns in Jubilife City. If you find them, I will give you a Poketch. I will gift you with a Poketch. Well, here's the first clown. Hi, I'm a Poketch campaign clown. Let's roll out my question. Does a Pokemon grow by defeating others and gaining EXP points? Yes. Ding ding! You're absolutely correct. Pokemon grow stronger by defeating other Pokemon in battle. Some Pokemon even grow into an entirely different form in a process known as evolution. Here you go, your Pokédex coupon. So we got coupon number 1. Okay. Hi, I'm a Pokédex campaign clown. Let's roll out my question. Can a Pokemon hold an item? Yeah. Ding ding! You're correct! A Pokemon may hold a single item. Some items become effective as soon as they are held by a Pokemon. Berries are eaten by Pokemon as necessary during battle. Here you go, a Pokédex coupon! Yeah, weirdly enough, you get Pokédex 3 before Pokédex 2. And then number 3 is over here. Hi! I'm a Pokédex campaign clown. Let's roll out my question. Just like Pokemon types, the moves of Pokemon also have types. Of course. God, I love the boss theme Flower Man so much. Honestly, absolutely awesome. Even has lyrics in the gameplay as you fight. That's pretty cool. Ding ding. You're absolutely correct. If the Pokemon's type matches its move types, that move is made much more powerful. Here you go, your Pokédex coupon. We got a coupon too. Okay, let's count your coupons. I'll use the Pokédex here. 1, 2, 3. Bravo! I say bravo! In return for these coupons, I present you this Pokemon Watch, or Pokédex for short. Aw yeah. You can add apps to your Pokédex to make it even more versatile. Touch the Pokédex screen and find the apps that are right for you. Yes, and now we can see our Pokemon's HP bar. Previously, we can see the time. We got a step counter. Then we have a calculator. And that's it. Okay. Alright, what else is there to do? I want to do all the activities in Jubilife before we end it off. I know not a super long experience thing, but I know not a super long gameplay here, but Yes, sir. An old rod is a good thing. You think so too, am I right? Sure. Yes, good answer. We can be friends. Here you go. That's my old rod, ayo. Can't be saying that to children like that, man. You should fish wherever there is a body of water. Oh, and by the way, did you need any no. When you're fishing for Pokemon, the first hurdle is getting a bite. When you reel the Pokemon in, you've got to battle it. So, fishing gives you twice the fun. Gonna head out. You'll be back later tomorrow if I end stream. Yeah, I'm probably gonna end in like a couple minutes, honestly. But appreciate you stopping by, Yami. Route 218 is up ahead. Route 218 up ahead is a great fishing hole that's almost unknown to people. Okay. Alright, what else? What about you? Hi! I know it's a little sudden, but would you like to join a group? If you join a group, You can compete or cooperate with fellow members. It's a lot of fun. Sure. Oh wait, no, I think you need online for this. Yeah, this is like... I'm good. Yeah. Jubilife TV, what's this? Condominiums? Let me go to the condominium. Let me go to the condominium. You know what I mean, chat? The condominium. Oh, your Pokemon is quite adorable. Here, try making it hold this Quick Claw. Ooh, that's actually kind of helpful for Turtwig of all Pokemon. Alright, I think that's about it. And then, the second stream, we can focus on, part 2. Yeah. We can focus on, like, getting to the Oreburg gym and stuff like that, so, yeah. Oh, whoops. Okay, so that is going to be it for today's stream. I wanted to stream for a bit longer, but your boy is getting... Your boy is exhausted, man. I need sleep. I need sleep. So if you guys enjoyed, be sure to leave a like if you guys haven't already. Subscribe if you guys are brand new. If you guys want to stay connected with me, links to my social media are of course in the description down below, along with my other social media. Like, you can find my Discord server, my Patreon, the Chill Army podcast, and all that stuff like that. And yeah, I love you all, dude. You can see it in my eyes that I'm freaking tired, dude. Like, Jesus Christ, dude, I am exhausted. But yeah, I love you all, and I will see you guys on the next stream. But until then, stay chill, Army.